Hello. It's Sunday. How are you doing? It's a question to myself too. How are you doing? Here we are, another episode of my notes to self, in the great adventure of living the creative process, creative life. My life is a creative gift, possibly. How's this week been? So this week has been interesting. It has been an interesting week. It is better. I woke up on Monday and I could see, because last week when I woke up on Monday, I couldn't see. So this week started a little bit better. And in my ecosystem of being, primarily the number one aspect of the ecosystem, which I am documenting here, living the magnificent life. Are we living the magnificent life? Has it felt like we've been living the magnificent life? Hell yeah. Simply this week, much more simply. That means that we've been eating more cabbage. It's very underrated. No, we've been living simply. But we are living one hell of a magnificent life. And I feel it so often through the day. So often. So that's a thumbs up. We're doing something. In the 9 to 5 of my life, in the 9 to 5, it got busy. So that took a bit of a priority, which is cool. It's cool to have good work, and it's good to work with cool people. And it's great to solve business problems. It's fun. Cool. On the great educational adventure, just a reminder of my whole ecosystem is living the magnificent life. It's the great educational adventure. I've built an online course that started its 3rd cohort. I have some in-person meetings coming up for parents who want to raise creative children. I have a daily practice, which in the year 2026 is painting rainbows daily. And there's a bigger picture to this. And then there's some large-scale collaborations, which is about making a rainbow in 2026, starting at Africa Burn. So if we touch on each of those, the great educational adventure. Well, Hazel woke up on Monday morning asking to tell the time. So I was like, it's a great opportunity to make a clock out of a paper plate. Hey, let's do that. We made a clock out of a paper plate. We did some drawing lessons. She went and played with other people. And we're still very much onto setting the rhythm. I mean, my mom only went back last weekend. So now we're in a bit of a different rhythm. She's back in her own bed. You know, these are little big things in the family life. And they're things that I love to take notice of, like the ripples that they're really the designs of our lives, you know, like, wow. It's a big moment for kids to move from one place to another, sleep in your bed or sleep in their bed. Those are big moments. Yeah, so it's been, if I look at the great edge of educational adventure, we are definitely still in just settling into our rhythm. I can feel that this next week is just going to be another layer of that, and we're going to slowly start to settle in. And what I'm super excited about is, and it kind of leads me into the online course, is what I'm starting to discover that around the creative process and how we can harness it for a vehicle for learning. On the 3rd cohort, we started last week, so we're a week into the 28-day course for the online course for parents who want to raise creative children. This is epic. Last year I did not have a course, and this is so cool to be able to be doing this and to have people on the course and to be getting some feedback. And I'm just having such a blast. And this cohort, as I've been relaunching each little lesson, because there's 4 modules, and then there's daily tips. I've been rewriting pieces of it, and I've been refilming some of it, because it's going to be a moving, working thing until it starts to settle down. But when you give birth to something, it moves and it changes and it grows. Even if you build something, you iterate. So from an agile project manager point of view, this is what we are doing. And I love it. So that's been super, super fun. And as every time I teach this, I understand a little bit more. And what I'm beginning to really understand about the online course is that it is a 28-day way to blueprint living creatively and adapting your life to a creative living model, where the language that you use, the questions that you ask, the way you interact or react to your child, that it all leads towards expansion instead of shutdown. And the 28-day course is actually a blueprint for this learning model that I have. So I think this coming week, I'm going to produce like a free learning, maybe I'll even do it tonight, I don't know. But a kind of lecture or whatever about what the creative process is, and how every like little tool is a bridge that takes you from start to chaos, or from discovering to committing to, or from laboring and making to releasing and exposing and letting go of. These are what we're doing in the moments with our children and with ourselves. These little tools that we are learning, those are bridges. And I don't know if you've got any friends who you're sitting around the fire with every weekend or every month or so, who's telling the same story about what they want to do. That's because they're stuck in one phase of the creative process. And we need to help them bridge to the next phase so that we don't have that story again. So that I'm so super excited about, because as I'm starting to be in the start phase of building something, it settles in, and we put in the hours, and we reach a greater understanding. And this is me living the creative process. So I'm sharing what it's starting to feel in me. Even though I'm living what I teach, it's still by the process of action, we learn and we embody, it becomes more somatic in the essence of who we are. So I'm super excited about doing that and teaching it in the in-person meetings, because that way I'm really going to be able to connect one-on-one with people and see where they're at and feel where they're at, which is great. So I think more like a focus that's been this week is the daily practice, which is rainbows. They've taken on a little bit of a focus. We saw the most insane rainbow in Cork Bay this week. It was raining, I think it was maybe Monday. It went across the whole of False Bay. The sky was like stormy and pink and dark blue, navy blue. Oh, it was so, so beautiful. So I've been painting them, and they're small and they all look quite similar because it's the same subject matter, but each one is different and each one is delightful, and they are little portals to magic, possibility, mystery, and people that I've sold a few, and that is so much fun. And so you can actually put this rainbow on the wall. They're small. I just pop them in the post to you, or you can collect from a house, or I'll deliver them to you in Cape Town. So much fun. Check out the link below. All the links for all the different things that I'm doing are there if you want to go and have a little explore. And then I met with a crew that are going to Africa Burn, the Viva Con Agua crew who I was connected with through my friend Sean. And what a beautiful set of people. Thank you, Horn. I made up with him yesterday. They are just magnificently beautiful humans. And this is what I love about collaboration, to just go and meet. It's funny when you think about it. Go and meet new people and bump into an old friend who I haven't seen for nearly a decade. And you know, what we're actually meeting about is like rainbows. Are you interested in rainbows? How do rainbows move you? And there's already stories. People have deep spiritual like experiences with rainbows. Like they answer their questions at the right time. Like a rainbow appears when you're in deep like thought process. It's a rainbow that you'll never forget. Do you know what I mean? It's like the universe talking to you. I had such beautiful conversations yesterday. So I'm really hoping that the rainbow, the large scale rainbow that I'm dreaming up, has called in a little bit more of its family. Because the way I design larger scale works ultimately is that they're only as big as the people who get involved in it. So right now the rainbow's as big as my possibility, but when you get other people involved, it's mine and. So if you want to get involved, it's mine and theirs and yours, and it starts to grow. And it's a great example of how valuable one touch is, one brushstroke is, in the greater scheme of a giant picture. That's the way I like to work as a collaborative conceptual artist, which is someone who brings ideas together and brings them to life through building a community. That is exciting. That is exciting. I've got rainbows. I've been doing rainbows all day. We did a little prototype of what one might look like a flag. So much fun. So much fun. So that is big rainbow news fun this week. So if I could think about like the big takeaways this week was a little bit of rainbow spotlight. We test drove like what it might look like to make flags that become rainbows. I've got a name of someone who builds kites and puts big things into the sky using kites. We've got a possible collaboration with an amazing group of humans. I've got painted rainbows that are going out to people. You can order yours. Just check the link below. And then the other side of the week is like really starting to feel how important the possible creative process as a vehicle for learning is, and also how easy it is to put into your normal life. So as parents, you can do that. And I'm hoping over time, I'm going to start it at home, but I'm hoping over time I'm going to be able to show teachers how to do that. I mean, I can already, but I need to develop the language and I've got to meet them where they are. So that I hope is for an outcome at the end of this year. But I'm already working with teachers, so I'm already practicing and witnessing the awkward dialogue and conceptual, like I got to unravel a couple of ways that people do things, and then you got to insert new ways, new pathways. So that was very beautiful. That is my week. I wonder what next week will bring. If you're still listening to this, amazing. Thank you. Cheers. Have a beautiful Sunday. It's February. It was February the 14th yesterday. So I'm sending you so much love. Oh, other news, another big collaboration, something that's been going on for 8 years now. We launched the Nordic Women's Gathering in Sweden. It's going to be in Sweden. That went live again. We go live the tickets go live on the 14th of February. So that is a lot of fun. I'll put the link down below as well. That is something I've been involved in since its inception in 2018. And that is pretty cool to see an idea still alive. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, blessings, my friends. Blessings.